welcome back. So I'm still doing this, which I'm not really even bothering anymore with this stuff. There's some benefit to it, I suppose, but it's just, given what it takes, the time to, get it done, and it doesn't last very long, so. With my armor on, I've got, the Guardians are just kind of annoying, a little more than that. That said, if I'm not invisible, I should probably sleep. I don't have a bed, it's back here. Be right back. Okay, so, sun's up now. Yeah, I'm just, I didn't, have enough sand. I probably could have had enough sand to, do a couple of different things. One was just I didn't have enough sponges when I started, I got more later, so I'm doing it. That whole side is done, and now almost half of this side is done. Ordinarily, if I had enough sponges, I would probably just go straight across, and basically I'd be done by now, because it's just how it is. There's no fish in there, I already got that in place, so here's what I've been doing. Which, honestly, it's funny because this is technically the easy part. In that, just thump these down and then, give me that, it's all down. Oh, it's just back and forth. With 70 of these, and I haven't actually lost one yet, which is kind of amazing. On this side, well, I used 6 to get started, and that's 42, so, or lose 42, so call it 48. So really it's, well, that doesn't mean anything. If I had 6, it doesn't matter. Point is, it's like 28 instead of the 30-odd that were on the other side. So, and then granting that, like, a third to half of these ever actually get used by the time, you put one down, the water recedes, and the next one never actually touches water, so it stays pretty dry. That's 55 and 11. That's not what I want to hear. It's 56 and 13. I'm still missing one somewhere. There it is. So anyway, I've still got enough dry ones now. Just go put one there, and then up and over and back, and it's just... And then it's worse if I have to make sure I'm invisible the whole time, and I don't have my shoes on, so I can't, so I've got a depth strider on these boots, so if I hit water as I'm moonwalking backward, it doesn't really get in the way. It just, I can keep moving at a constant pace instead of bouncing off of a waterfall. Pick all these up. Should at this point have enough left to do all that again, one way or another, granting that, it's pretty close to the ground now. I could probably just put one down every few spaces and end up with what, yeah, like this is almost dry. I could just go right about here, set one down, that's gone. There maybe, set down, gone. And from here I can just kind of decide that we're gonna break out that way. I missed one somewhere. And somewhere else it goes. Okay, that was a little ambitious then. Oh no, okay, give me this, it's already wet, so I don't care. That should drain out. I should get 70 of these total. In some distribution. Did I miss anything over here? Probably. Nope, guess not. That leaves me 32 to deal with what's left here, which isn't a lot. That 32 and 38 is 70. Smack that there, get rid of it. That's in place, so let's just put that there, which I should be able to reach, and then I guess that, oops, that ought to work, and then we're all dry, so 29 and 41 is also 70, and we're done with that. This is actually a strange case, but what I've been doing beyond this is I got these slabs I made. Just kind of, I'm actually just holding down both. I'm holding down left, so it would place right there. It can't place here because I'm standing here. And it's on this, it'll be on the side of the thing. It's a half block, so once the sand is gone, it just goes down and I can't add any more. And then I can just thump that and it falls and breaks for me. I don't have to deal with each one. once these are all out of the damn way, and I guess that one, which I can't quite get from, well, actually I could just take out this thing. It doesn't really have to be here for anything. Break that one out at the speed of dodging, falling, that stuff. And snap that out. It's, nope, I missed one. Can I actually just jump up and, oh, I can, okay. And then I get to the corner here where I have this kind of permanently in place, and by kinda, I mean not really. Like, it'll go away one day, but for now it's fine. Pick up these. I should have a total of 64, that's good. Get these guys ready. What happened here was I wasn't really watching what the sand was falling on when I was putting it in, and so there was there's water behind that, which doesn't, well, there was, now that I guess there's not. Place, no, it doesn't help me. Try to get all the sand back. I'm done needing strictly sand at this point, pretty much. There's like a sand way the hell, do I care? You know, I was going to leave that in place so that we kind of have it, but I don't. It's not worth the effort of trying to get the sand out of there if I don't. Or do, or something. So let me just set these down so we have something to break the falling sand. You got this, and this, and this, and this, and so on, and just everything that's not sand is blocking the sand, and then gravity takes over and it goes away and it lands on that, and we're done. That's easy enough, and now we're just missing a one of these things, but that's fine. All of this is going to go away in the end anyway. I didn't want to do a lot of destroying it before this was all dried out, because it looks kind of cool dried out. You can actually see it. It's because, you know, it's relatively safe. And so on. One thing you got to watch for, yeah, this is all fine because it's symmetrical. If on one side it's higher up than the other, you can put those down, and it turns out you put them on top of existing sand, because the other side you can reach and it goes down into a kind of a thing sometimes. It doesn't matter too much. I mean, it matters a bit, but one way or the other you can get back to it one day and it's fine. It's kind of my intention with that archway thing that I just destroyed. I don't even know why that exists. I guess to look like that, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's completely ornamental. So, I don't really miss it. And rip up these because I've been using them. Oh, well, that was not the plan, thanks. Put that back, give me those. Give me that, give me these. Get back whatever that one is gone because I don't care. It's probably still there, I just don't give it in. Grab that, take these guys. Why do I only have 27? Oh, weird. No one. Okay, so who knew? I guess I had more than a stack of them. I didn't really realize that. Break out. This is just the middle wall where I had them separated. Oh, incidentally, I changed my mind. The obsidian I had was like up there somewhere. I put it over here just because this, instead of being whatever 5 by whatever 5, is 220 by 140. That just is an easier number to work with. It doesn't make a huge difference, but if I'm going to be building a village centered around that, it's just that's a simpler place to start from. It's still centered. Although, I'm done here, right? Yeah, because around that's water. We don't want to do that right now. Curiously, as much as the entire that side is dried out, and then I've got I should be able to get here. Vegan, well, no, that's in the thing. That tail that's poking out through this. But, and then down here I've got, boxes which are occasionally full of stuff. I think right now they're all basically empty, except for this one has, you know, some of these, which I don't really need all that many, some of these. That's just where I was stashing sand before, because I knew I was going to be reusing it for what I want to do. I thought if I had more sand, and it's not just about more sand, although that's the biggest problem. I was thinking about doing a piston thing where you know, would have where you're going to be on the side, and you set down sand and pistons push it forward. It's really exactly the same as setting it down anyway. You have to do that unless you use a command block, which I like Il Mango had one where he was command blocking it to prove, you know, the proof of concept it would work. But, you know, you basically have pistons back here on a surface. You put the sand down there. You have something, like some kind of detector rail, something back and forth, or even just observers seeing that something happened. That would trigger the pistons and push them on. So you'd have a piston, you'd put it down here, a piston would push it that way, more pistons would push it that way. And since it's like 28 things wide, you couldn't even do that. You could do about half of that and have to do it again. Not even quite half. It's a bit complicated, and moreover, it would just take, if I have this much sand, I would need this much sand 3 more times. Roughly. I mean, it's hard to be sure exactly how much. The sponges are a lot faster, except that I have to dry them out now. So, instead of, is it nap time? Great. Instead of that, this is all the sand I really need for this project, and I do know where to get more. I can go to the desert and get it. So now when I get sand out, what I don't have a lot of, well, I do have a lot, but only because I've been doing this. What in hell? Oh, neat. I don't have a trident. You seem to. Where are you? I'm gonna go get me a trident. Trident? Meat. I may not be getting a trident out of him. Oh well, we'll get one sometime. I didn't bother. These don't exist. They're like arrows that have been shot. I didn't bother giving myself a trident when I started up again. Oh, and that reminds, I'll get to that in a sec. Yeah, I've been just throwing the sand up in here because it does me more good as glass. I've got that much right now cooked. I could actually just throw the wet sponges in there. Wherever I just put them. And throw that back up here. I think... that one's poised, so sand will be the next thing to go in if I don't make any changes. I was gonna... with the sands, or with the glass, with the sand I've been melting into glass. With the glass, this whole side is done. You can see straight, you know, if you look like there's water here, if you look down here, it's all glass. That's 1 of 4. What's concerning me is this is exactly the dimensions I had before. But occasionally, I don't see one right now, there's, you'll see a guardian out here. And I can't figure out how the hell that's happening. It's way too far from the monument. So I don't know how that... There's one. Explain that. You can't explain that. Tide comes in, fish appears. It's bad. I don't get it. That's what Bill O'Reilly meant to say. I don't know what he meant to say. He's kind of nuts. So, yeah, I could get more sand and whatever. This is fine. It's slow and annoying, but it's fine. I'm gonna grab something because, yeah, I just got reminded. I'm gonna want. I have that. I'm gonna want this. I don't want that, so you can. I might as well take this. That doesn't really hurt me to have. Actually, you know, let me leave that behind. Just thinking, because you know, about what it used to be, etc. I got a someone responded, like a comment, in the last day or two on my end. I mean, this will be up in 4 days or so. Let me actually just find out what it is I want to talk about, because I made a note. Well, what is it? It's that. Someone new to the channel, 1368, 1536. So basically 13 by 15. Okay. Oh, you know, liked what I got here. Wanted to know if I could do like a world tour, because he's new. He hasn't seen that. It's like, well, sure. I did one like 2 months ago, in fact. But since then, I mean, you're looking at it. There's a desert over there that I've been dragging things out of, but that's about it. So what I'm wondering now is, where am I looking? That's positive and that's negative. So that works. Let's do some flying. What did I say that was? 13 by 15? I think. Anyway, yeah, so I went ahead and linked in the comments to, you know, episode 200, where this one is like 229, I think. Sounds right. Which was a world tour, and in the world tour, and even that was kind of like showing where things had once been, because that was a map that I had to start up at some point because things got corrupted prior to just recently. Was another one of those things happen. And I'd actually totally forgotten, I never made a note apart from saying I would, that I found a raider temple thingy. And it was at like, yeah, I think it was like 1300 positive by... Oh wait, I'm at negative 15. What the hell is that way a long ways? I think. Hang on a minute. I just got lost. I wanted 1368 by 1536. Okay. 13, so I want to go this way and that way. What's that? A bit. Because I overshot it. So 1536 is more or less here, and then 13 is this way. It should be right in front of us in 400 meters. If it is, I mean, I don't know, that's the point. Biome looks about right for it. But right here somewhere, wait, 11... No, it's this way. What does he say? Something? There it is. It does exist. In the World Tour thing, episode 200, I said I was going to come back here and see what we could do with this thing. I assume it's got... What's this? Oh, neat. Yeah, I want your string, actually. I've been using them for things. I'm not going to do it right now, although it's tempting, just granting how impossibly boring the monument thing actually is. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. There's more touchy people. Stop being touchy. This is not more fun than the thing that isn't fun. Okay. Anyway, so here's this thing. Yeah, right where I said it would be. So, like right here was the 1536 and whatever. Oh, hi. Yeah, this spawns these guys. I assume I have to be somewhat far away for them to spawn, because that's how the rules are, but... is that Dangerberry? Well, see, lucky me. I don't want your crossbow, though, thanks. I've been meaning to grab some of these, actually. Is it right-click? And then, nope, not safe. I was wrong about the safety element. Oh, hi! No, 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 they're not actually undead, so... My sword is basically just, you know, a sword. But even so, I'll leave those can grow and whatever. I'll just... Let me make sure I have, I don't know, say 18, 19. I'm nuts. Is that me or someone bothering me? What the hell? I'm gonna get out of here because this is just not safe. I could just eat these, right? That's someone bothering me. Bye-bye. Alright, let's take off. And compass is that way. So that is something to think toward. What you can do with that, and I can turn and look at it, but it wouldn't point out. I try to point out what I can do. Basically, level it, keep track of where it is, level it, get rid of a lot of stuff around it because you don't want competing spawn elements, and turn it into a thing that just produces those guys. For whatever reason, there's barely a reason, because I'm trying to think what you really get from them. Crossbows, of course. Emeralds, but honestly, I don't have a lot of trouble getting emeralds. I can, if I ever get the monument thing done, I'll have lots of villagers and who will buy stuff. A percentage of which will want to buy iron, and the thing is going to produce iron for me, so... I'm not too concerned about ever getting iron. I did one of those berries, though, so I'm kind of glad I did that. Where are we on time? 19. Since I'm in a newish place, I might as well watch for monuments, so... Can't do anything. Well, I could, but it would be a pretty short... It would suck. I don't have the invisibility or water breathing I would need to do. I could just keep an eye on where it is and come back, maybe. Get more sponges. Sponges aren't really my biggest problem right now. That's a thing, it's not a monument. I flew past home. I have enough sponges to do what I'm doing, with a little bit of patience. I can do a whole section at once before I have to dry anything out. It's just, it's, I guess once we get what I'm doing done... Oh, come on, make it, though. Yeah, it's not going to, it didn't. Once I get done with what I'm doing. There will be uses for sponges and just drying the whole thing out inside. Although at that point it's a little easier, like an option would be to just kind of dump lava on the thing until, you know, per level it's just all done. And you'd have that. I think the way these work, I guess I can just put these two down. That I don't even know why I want them, I'm still waiting for them to have a purpose. I don't think they're good for anything, are they? Apart from hurting people. They're great for stashing like a cactus in the middle of something and pushing monsters into it. But I don't think beyond that they do a lot of good. I don't think they're terribly nutritious. But I think that one being fully grown, if I shift, I can... Nope, that's not the answer. How do you... I thought there was some way you could walk into these and get... Or is it because they had... No, that's not the reason. You have to dig them up? Is that... How do I usually do this? I don't know, I'll figure it out. I think that's it. I think I just sort of tear them all out like they're any kind of crop. And get more back than I put down, which means this is stone. But yeah, just put these back and they'll just regrow, so that's not the problem. Oh damn, I'm standing on stuff that hurts my boots. Although I probably heard it already on this stuff. So if I can step on that one. These are still new. I mean, to my thinking. They're less than 5 years old, that makes them new. It's just how I measure things. Okay, whatever, I'll figure it out later. So, yeah, I've got this thing, which is the opposite of fun. But, oh, I got a couple of llamas again, but this time I actually, I've killed a few traders and let their llamas exist, but you have to actually ride them until they're like horses. Once you actually get that element of it, they stick around apparently. They did before when I was just putting them in here after killing the trader because it was useless to me. And leashes. Oh, I'd stashed the llamas in there, and I've gone through like 3 or 4 pairs of the things, and never got them to stick around. So yeah, you have to ride them, and you know, I'm not getting there apparently. What am I trying to get that out of my way? Put that back on because my wings aren't exactly great against fish microwaving. Oh, I've probably got. This might be ready. I don't know. Yeah, it is. By the way, flip that. Give me that. These need the most health, and my armor needs a bit. Might as well actually. That's all I'm gonna get. It's enough, but now my sword is still down 3, so I gotta deal with that sometime. Give me the sponges, 64 and 6, that's what I'm used to. String goes in here. Got those on me, got those on me. That can go back where it belongs. I might be able to swat something and get enough experience back to rebuild my sword. It's not a huge emergency, it's just at some point I'll want that. I don't like my stuff to get scuffed, even if it's just almost no difference. It's three experience bits, and I'll have it full. It just doesn't hurt anything to be like this. Really, it just looks bad. Is there any fish waiting for me in there? That makes a difference. I don't see one. So if there's one, but that's not about me. He's over there where he can't hurt me right now. Smack that down. I got my helmet on so I can actually do this. Kick this to like 39-ish, I think, is about right. Gets me to the top. I might be off. It depends what the topography is. I'm off. Oh, geez, don't fall. Actually, if I fell down there, I'd probably live, because I've also got feather falling. Right, yeah. And then, you know, back to the forever. Well, forever. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it gets kind of hard to see. The last one is only 2 wide, which actually makes it a hell of a, like, significantly easier to drain. I found that out. Because you can just stand on the side and just do it, and it doesn't... These slurp up X amount of water blocks, and it's like a taxi cab deal, you know, like that. If you're playing chess, it's more like a knight than a bishop. So it's just faster. So anyway, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is 10. Which hopefully still hasn't got a fish. Because I went away. Okay. I'll throw this down and... done with that, and then the reason I do that flippy thing like that is so I have a slot open when I tear these all out. The wet ones just about always default to the open slot now where the dry ones were, the 6 of them. And it makes it a lot easier to count them up and make sure I don't have anything to go looking for. Wait, why is that like, is that open? Oh, that sucks. Well, I'll get that later. I'll get that in a minute or something. Somehow. You do occasionally just kind of miss little things. There's so many greebles and pockets of fluid and whatever in this place. It's just awkward. And doing it sectionally like this, it's always a little hard to... There's this huge cliff here that, you know, if there's no water to swim around in, it's hard to get back up. It's not great to get down. It's just how it is. Yeah, that is a huge, because there's that. That's nice. I don't have a really good solution. I guess I could do this. Just get more of these if I run out. Oh, that's wrong anyway. Get out of there. There's a fish waiting for me right there, so that's fun. It should be... Oh, I'm still under it. No shock that there's water here. There would be. 55 and 14. I'm missing one. Is that it? 56 and 14. No dolphins, please. No, stop with the dolphining. Get in there. I did that wrong. I don't believe I just did that wrong. Whatever. Stop. Damn dolphin. It, like, wants to help, and it's bad at it. Probably be good at it if it were good at it, but instead it does it with the last time I would want to see it. Don't make me fling around when I'm precisely trying to hit a certain spot underwater. Oh, anyway. I got like 90 seconds, but on the bright side, I think I can probably get this done. Yeah. Oh, that was sort of stupid. Give me that for a sec. Now do this. Just to make sure I get all of these, you know, out from up there. That is, I can get to that so far. If I pull out too much water, I won't be able to get up here and get these, which is not good, especially when there's a time limit on picking them up. That's done. That could probably go, did it help? There and there. Okay, why is there sand? That sort of fish hit me, I think, and knocked me off the side and confused everything. Yeah. Alright, so it's all, well, that happened. It's all dried out now. No, it's not. What the hell? Are we done? Damn it. Yeah, and that's draining. So now I have that issue, although I also have a solution to that issue, which is to, I have some of these left, so let me just get it here like this. Here's where these are actually better than ladders. Well, that's what ladders, I can just stick to the side. What do I have? 30 and 32, that's perfect. Oh, and then that out. Just in time to... Well, that happened. Just in time to not care too much about any of that, because I can just... Oh. It's not actually sand. I do want that out of here. I'm going to ultimately... Oh, that doesn't help me anymore. I got to get through here somehow. I do have to ultimately get rid of all this gravel and whatever. I'm going to lower the floor all through this thing to, like, level 32 if I'm on 38 right now. It's just where I'm used to it being, and it kind of... At some point, it's going to be a huge, you know, digging down 5 or 6 meters at worst. I was going to go down there. Oh, I'm out of time. To get that all done. It'll kind of be worth it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and set up here, and that's what I'm doing, and it's, you know, it's the opposite of fun. It's funt, is what it is. It's fun not. I don't know what it means. I'm going to go. I'll probably have all this done for next time. Might hold off on leveling the monument itself and make the thing out of that. That'll take a long time, though. It probably won't be half an hour. But at least we can have a look at it from above and see what it is, and see if there's any guardians still spawning anywhere that aren't just... There's a whole bunch in there right now. That's a concern, but we'll figure it out when we need to. So I'll get out of here and see you next time, and I don't know when another world tour will be. I mean, you just saw basically what I know right now. But, alright, see you later. Bye.